Hey. Checking in with Orley Farm, chapters 66 to 70. We're finally kind of getting into the trial. There's a little bit of pre-trial stuff of the two, John Kennedy and Bridget something, who are the two witnesses, like saying like, oh, we're gonna be good witnesses, but they're kind of nervous, and Bridget being kind of like, oh, cool, I get to be kind of center of attention, I get to get fed and all that stuff. This is all good. And Doc Rath refusing to take a bet from Orm, the guy who he didn't particularly like in the commercial traveler stuff. Orm thinking he got the best of him because, like, if you were really confident, you'd take the bet. But Doc Rath going, it's like, yeah, lawyers do not take take bets. They do not put money down on stuff like this. It's not how it goes. That's not what I'm going for. He has actually gotten a promise that he will get his land back, and he will actually get the first year free of charge of the tenant, the land that he's like a tenant on, and he'll get it back, and he'll get free of charge for the first year. That, however, bites him in the ass, because they haul him up on into the trial, into the jury, into the witness box, and the lawyer's like, so, goes through all the stuff and says like, and so what do you get to gain from this? It's like, well, I get to get the land back. Oh, really? So you basically are doing this not out of like the pureness of your heart, but for particular reasons that, you're the one who's come up with this document. So should we really believe you, because you've obviously got so much to gain from besmirching this lady and stuff like that. So he gets whacked. They quite Chatham is the great lawyer that they've gotten for this, who's really good at tearing down witnesses. Sir Peregrine the Junior, not Peregrine the Junior, Lucius is like really mortified, because it's like, oh, this is the lawyer that guilty people get to get them to do stuff. Even though it's interesting, Orm, we had the thing with Orm earlier, the commercial guy saying like, well, hey, it's good when a lawyer will actually fight a case even when he thinks it's a lost cause or it's a guilty person. It's like, you should fight as hard as you can, regardless of, you shouldn't, let that cow you. And that shows like as being a good lawyer. But Lucy is definitely of the thing of like, oh God, we've gotten a guilty person's lawyer to do this case versus a pure as a driven stow lawyer, which is just like, oh, fuck's sake. I don't know really how to feel about the kind of the whole lawyering in all this, or at least how I'm supposed to view this. I mean, I definitely have my own views on no illusions on what exactly the law is versus what is justice and truth and all that stuff. Truth, justice, and the American way. Well, not really the American way. This is the British way. And we do get a lot of stuff here of Lady Mason really being tortured, like, oh, I can't do, I had to do this for my son. I can't do this for my son. I have to kind of wailing, which is just like, I don't really care about you at all. You're guilty. You should give up the land. And, I probably don't want to see you get prosecuted to the full extent of the law like Joseph Mason definitely does. He'd like her flogged and whipped through the streets and get to be a capital offense and her to be basically hung. And it's like, he's really hardcore. He feels really hard done by this. I mean, and it is injustice against him, but it's like he feels really hard done by. This is why you actually need a law system to kind of temper both vengeance and too much mercy on the other side. Just some kind of an imperfect balance there seems to be the necessary thing. It's interesting that, Lucius does come to the understanding. It's like, oh crap, my mother is actually guilty. He's slowly kind of the penny drops, and he makes the mistake of admitting so in so many words to Sophie Furnivall, who then quite who'd been kind of weighing up her like, because I think Augustus, was it Augustus Staple? I can't remember who was her other suitor, but suddenly she's weighing up the suitors and started thinking like, oh, maybe Augustus would be my better. My is it Augustus? I can't remember who the hell he's like, but suddenly she's weighing different options, which to my mind is like, yeah, she's a sharp young lady who, you know, it's like, yeah, you're going to be penniless. I can probably do better. Suddenly you looking all good looking is weighing a lot less because you're going to be good looking with a lot less money, well, a lot less, without land. So that he's gonna get dropped. Gonna be, a pure good fellow, but yeah, he's gonna get dropped. Um, which I thought was a fun way to kind of end these chapters. I can't. I'm having trouble remembering if there was anything else. I'm semi-detached from this. I have to say, it's not engaging me. Orly Farm. I'm continuing. That's just my continuing broken record turn on this. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm going to try and plow through probably the other last 10 chapters of it tomorrow, so that I can, have a review by the end of the year. Quick, fast, dirty review by the end of the year. Yeah, it's okay. Not the greatest trollop to end with. Oh well. Lady Anna was much better. Read Lady Anna. More videos later.